10, take it to 10. Hey.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. (3-0) versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Sam up.
On first down, Dillon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go. 61, matchbox light.
Anderson looking to throw on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Anderson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Anderson. To throw on 2nd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Peyton. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, Team 6. Mike 51. Hey, come on. Look at me. Zipper. 51, Mike 51. Hey, get away with it. Shoot.
On 4th down, Anderson. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start on the ground with Foster. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 5. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, echo.
Now Anderson throwing again. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Anderson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now Anderson. And he's going to go down again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Anderson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And Bryant's kick is no good. He pushed it wide right off the mark, and this score will stay right where it is.
always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun handoff now. Foster. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he will find his man on the outside. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Hey, Haywood!
Throwing on 1st down. Bradshaw. And he's got his man on the out route. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Let's go! Let's go!
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Bradshaw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Here's Foster on 4th. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. This is Harris pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a second time for 6 points.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll run it. Here's Dillon. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Hey, Wahoo! Get it.
Anderson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
65. No. Hey, exit. 57's right. Ready?
From the gun, Bradshaw steps away to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
Fair.
Check 13. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Two.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bradshaw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Anderson to throw again. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a carry for Dillon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw. Anderson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here, 1st and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they hand to Foster. Again, he finds an opening. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
57 to Mike.
Topper!
26, check 26.
They
run. It's Foster. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradshaw. Looking left sideline. It's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
X3, 218, chop.
2nd and 11. Open man, here's Foster. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Bradshaw. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
70, Indy.
Watch the out. Shoot.
Get it.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
60 yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Rock it. Look, squeeze. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Dillon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
That is
by the
one
time we have to leave
positive.
the booth.
They'll go again with Foster. And some room to work. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 70 yards on the pickup. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Steelers 45, Bengals 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball.
Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check right, check right. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Hey, lock it.
2nd and 9 now. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
57. Mike, 57. Stop your whining. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Wide. Gone.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch the
Hard.
Jump.
Beat them.
To throw on 3rd down. Bradshaw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Ready.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. A 1st down carry for Foster. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They keep it in the hands of Foster. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gates, the intended receiver there. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Anderson looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw is Anderson, operating from the gun. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Shit. Check the backer.
On first down, it's Foster. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Foster, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Foster, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Pittsburgh, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati,